Hi, and welcome to another episode of All Things Considered. Tonight, I want to speak to you about tiny houses. I want to speak to you about how they can positively affect Seattle, and also how they can make Seattle an eyesore. And what I mean by that is that if you don't do it right, tiny houses can look like shanty towns. Like in the early days of Seattle, back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, you had people down on the waterfront going up to First Hill that lived in shanty shacks. Shacks that were just thrown together, tin and wood, thrown together as a small place to live. You can also take tiny houses and you can make them into something really nice. And you can make a community of tiny houses. But I get to thinking about Seattle, and I get to thinking about the homeless, and I get to thinking about the city council. And I am left with this question. Does the city council really want to fix the homeless problem? Do they really want to get the homeless off the streets and out of the view of people? Do the Salvation Army, the Union Gospel Mission, the Downtown Emergency Service Center, and the like, do they want the homeless to be fixed, or do they want the homeless to still be there because they're making money off of the homeless problem? I haven't really figured out yet exactly what's going on here, but I do know this, that tiny houses are starting to be picked up by more than just people advocating to help the homeless. Tiny houses are being sold on Amazon. Tiny houses are being built by people that think a huge apartment is a waste of space. They're okay with living with nothing. They don't need nothing. They don't want nothing. They just need a place to lay their head, read a book, and maybe watch TV on their laptop, which is fine if that's what you want. But just like fashion, I talked to a place that told me that their fashion is told to them by California out on the West Coast. Whatever California deems as fashionable, that's what they pass on to everybody else. And therefore, when you go to the store, oh, you think this is fashionable. Men wearing skinny jeans. Yes, that's fashionable now. Fat people like me wearing skinny jeans. No, no, no. That is a big, huge no, no, no. But we are told that it is fashionable. Wearing your pants with your gut hanging over the top. We are told that that is fashionable. You wear your pants on your hip. No, fat people should not be allowed to wear their pants on their hips. Fat people should have to have their pants come up a little higher in such a way that it complements their overall body. You do not want to draw attention to your fatness. You want to draw attention to your overall look. That's how I dress. That is my personal opinion. I am not down on any fat people. If you are fat and you are happy, so be it. I am fat and I am not happy. Therefore, I am on a diet and I am losing weight. Since January, I have lost a total of 60 pounds. I am in pretty good shape over that. But back to the tiny houses and how that factors in to the homeless. Well, tiny houses are not just a concept for the homeless anymore. Build a tiny house, get somebody that's homeless into the tiny house, therefore they'll be happy. That's not the case anymore because it is becoming stylish to live in a tiny home. And I am afraid that when people make tiny homes for the homeless, they will decide not to make them for the homeless. They will make them for people that can afford them because there is profit in it. Instead of taking $4,000 or $5,000 to build a tiny home for the homeless, they're going to take $20,000 and $30,000 and build a tiny home that they can charge $50,000 to $100,000 for. I can see it coming. I can. I don't know why I can see it coming, but I can. Now, if you think tiny houses are a good idea, and you think large apartments with large countertops and lots of space is bad, if you think living in a tiny house is much better for the environment because it produces a tinier footprint, please put a comment down below and let me know why. If you live in a tiny home and you happen to like it, let me know what you think and why you are motivated to go into a tiny home. If you are homeless and you happen to be, or if you were homeless and happen to be watching this video, and you have moved into a tiny home, which has then promoted you into a much bigger apartment, put a comment below and let me know what's happening. Also, if you have an idea for another video that I have not done that you think would be really cool, whether it be Seattle, America, or other parts of the world, please let me know, and I will do the best I can to make a video about that. Also, anybody that comments on my video, I will do the best I can to reply. If you want to just argue, try to keep it respectful. If there's going to be some of them people that just don't like what you're saying, no matter what you do, they're not going to like it. Therefore, they are going to try to be a naysayer. Also, if you, like I said, if you have a better idea for a better video, put it in the comments below. If you like these videos and you want to see me do more, give me a thumbs up. If you do give me a thumbs down, please be kind and tell me why. I'm not going to be mad at you. It might help me make a better video. If you like my videos, hit a big old thumbs up. If you see the subscribe button, it's got to be here somewhere. If you see that subscribe button, please hit it. I can't do this without you. I can't, well, I take that back. I could do this without you, but it would be an awful boring place without you. The world is a much better place when we're all involved, bringing the world straight forward into a better tomorrow than what we had yesterday. This has been All Things Considered. Have a good night, Seattle. All points and beyond.